Yeah.
Last topic is,
I
huh?
ain't got no time.
Nah, I don't. Uh,
Don't kill puppies.
none of
Last
that for
time we
Don't
me.
talked
kill
about
puppies.
killing puppies.
So
No,
the last topic.
no puppy murder. No puppy
They're gonna
murder.
stop this puppy love. I'm telling you, man.
You see,
Just in the semi. Just in the semi.
see, it's
Ah!
always you know.
I'm sorry, guy.
Yes.
All right. So the last topic is,
You guys gotta stop kidding
do
around.
you
guys
have a
gotta stop
type?
kidding around.
And if so, how far from that type are you willing to stray? Why do I ask this question? Because people always talking about types. Oh no, he's not my type. Nah, she's not my type. Oh, and what's the famous song? I don't have a type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. Which is bullshit because right. Thank you, Nesta. That's what I was about to say. Right, which is complete bullshit because you are describing your type after saying I don't have a type. Dumbest shit ever. So dumbest shit ever. So yes, that's the question. So, if you don't mind, Dex, I would like for you to answer first, if you don't mind.
I see what you did there.
The funny thing is, what are we talking about? We're talking surface physical type. That's what we're talking.
Good start, Dex. Great, that. Good
Whatever, anything. Yeah. It could be, yeah. Everybody has different things they're attracted to.
Why you starting with me for it though first? Though, man? Why
Wait. We started with you. We started with you, so you can't say you agree with all of us. So there you go.
I agree with y'all about to say.
You set the bar now.
Oh shit! Listen, if you feel uncomfortable,
I'm gonna add
I
one
don't want you
thing,
to feel
though.
uncomfortable. You don't have to go first.
let me see.
Yeah.
I don't feel uncomfortable.
He doesn't have anyone to agree with.
Physically speaking, if we're talking just physically speaking, at this point in my life, I definitely don't have a type. And the type I did have has been completely obliterated at this point with the relationship I'm in right now. I mean, we're just talking. If I'm talking surface physical, we're not talking about this personality. I'm just talking physical. There's two things here. We're talking personality type.
Whatever, yeah.
We're talking personality type and physical type. Physical type has been totally obliterated a long time ago. But personality type, I mean, I think everybody would agree we'd like somebody who's smart and, influential to you. You know, that's that type of partner. You want somebody who's influential to you, you learn from and kind of make you a better version of yourself. I think that's what everybody would agree on, you know. Now, physical. Now, if we talking physical, that's already been obliterated a long time ago. I mean, if anybody know me, they know already. It's been a long time obliterated. But yeah, I'm more looking at a person's personality type now, I'd say, and yeah. And what I just mentioned is the things that really I think about right now. Someone who's making me, that's my type. Somebody who's influential in how we get along, and I find myself being an enhanced version of what I've been before. You know what I mean? Even more, you know. So I'm going to slide to the
I don't know
left.
if this is
slide to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
I don't know if this is a silly question. Are you paying attention to their interests?
Their interest? Oh, of course, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm. That's why obviously I think I think I'm mature enough to know that I want to be with somebody and know their interests and please them as well. But I mean, if we're just talking about me and what type I like, I think I've kind of surpassed the physical type. You know, I think I'm more looking at somebody who I feel I learned from and influence me to go to next level places. They're in my inner circle, to be pretty honest. They've broke into my inner circle by this point. You know what I mean?
You guys are killing it today.
All right. Yeah. And a slide to the left, slide to the right.
Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah.
Too hot, too hot. Said you're way too enthusiastic about this.
Sure. So I'd say physically, I definitely thick, not skinny.
Damn,
I
Janelle,
know,
why you
word.
laugh like that?
Killed it. Janelle just killed it.
Yo,
As soon as he heard
Taz.
thick, he just went off the rap.
Yo, I've never
Yo,
seen
what the
Taz
fuck?
laugh so hard in my life, dude.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I called him
Here-
his government. I'm sorry. Taz,
Hey,
why
that's
you
why I
laugh
said
like that?
Taz. What happened?
He heard all the C's at the end of that. That's what it was.
exactly. I'm muting
Oh,
myself
yeah.
right now. I'm muting myself.
Okay.
Yeah, he heard all the C's at the
Okay,
end
I
of
just
that
wanted to
thing.
make sure
Yeah.
because I was about to feel a little offended. I'm like, shit, I like my women thick too. He gonna laugh at me too. Hold up.
He heard all the C's at the end
Alright.
of the way I said it. That's all.
All right, all right. So we good. I'm sorry.
There was a pause after you said thick.
He said THICCCCCK.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So-
Go ahead, Ness. Jump back
Yeah,
in.
nah. I think physically, there's not too many things that I say I'm like into, but yeah. As far as physical, that's that. Everything else, I think I look for someone that's like can challenge me, that can matching interests in some way. Like, they don't have to like match everything that I'm into, but as long as we have things that we can definitely match up with, and hey, like, I'm into this, you're into this, that's cool, and then that's where like our conversations will revolve around, and we can go into other things from there. Because like, honestly, if you're with somebody and you can't talk to them about anything, then it's like, what's the point?
Right. Let me ask. Challenge you in what way?
Yeah. I think
Sorry about that.
when I say challenge me, I don't mean like I mean specifically I look for abrasive personalities.
Okay.
So because I need someone that's going to push me out of my comfort zone in certain ways. I need people in general, I just need people that are going to be like, yo, let's go do this. Or hey, XYZ has to happen. Because if it's that they're trying to find a way to like, I don't I'm not like reactive in certain situations. Like I'll think about and I'll sit on something sometimes and I like get analysis paralysis, and I need someone to like, hey, kick my ass and like go do this. Hey, take care of this. Hey, you got to handle this. So that's kind of like why I look for that.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's what I mean when I say challenge me. Someone that's gonna like really butt heads with me, but like in a way that's not, toxic. Not like just sitting there just argumentative for argumentative sake, but there's purpose to like whatever it is that we get into.
Got you.
And then from there, I'd say that's most of it. As far as straying from the type, I don't think anyone ever strays from their type. I think there's always something about the person that falls into like one of your like categories, like whatever the things are, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, whatever it is, like with those relationships, I think there's something there that attracted you to them.
Yes.
And it's always going to be one of your typings, and so you'll never stray away from your type unless like it's on some like you really are like fighting against completely bad situations you've been in previously. Like I think that's the only times probably someone will stray from their typing is, hey, I've dealt with these types of people before, I want to deal with someone completely different. And what's funny is even doing that, you'll find something.
Right.
It may be physical. Like you'll end up going through whatever with them, and then like you get to a point, and it's like, hold on a second, and then you realize, oh,
Right.
they had
She was
this
she
one-
was slim, but she challenged you all the time.
right. It's just always something that's going to be there. It's always something that's going to be there to
Nice.
change it up. Yeah.
Got you. By the way, I don't want it to go unnoticed. Analysis paralysis, also bars.
Yes, it did not go
Yeah, I heard
unnoticed
that.
at all.
I heard that. Yeah.
I did not have a
that's a good
title
one.
for it. I have the
That's
action,
a-
but I did not have the
that's
title
a-
for it.
But that's really something interesting to say. You never really stray away from your type. That there might be something in the person who might not look physically like a type. Probably something with their personality.
Right. There's always going to be something there, for sure. Even if it's something not immediate, there is something that drew you to them. Like, and it's definitely something that's a part of your type. And then the tricky thing about that too is like, you know what you're physically attracted to. Most of the time people know that, right? That's a little bit easier until you start getting into relationships. That's when you develop like, you know, what you are into personality wise. But even then it's like unless you're like completely restricting yourself to not interacting with anyone that you'd be attracted to, like you're gonna find things about different people and you're gonna understand, hey, this is why I like this person, this is why I like that person.
That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe you could have just a broad base of types that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
You could.
You like
Yeah.
thick
That's
booty
definitely-
girls, but you might
definitely
like
a
a little
possibility.
slimmy on the side from time to time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That's definitely a possibility too. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's always gonna be something. I feel like even if you are like there, and then on top of that too, there's like levels to what you like, tiers to what it is that you find attractive. It's like, hey, this is the most important thing to me, and then this I like, but you know they don't have to have that. And then this right here, you know, it's cool, but you know, maybe not. I don't know, whatever. And then stuff you just don't give a shit about at all.
I like that answer. I'll
Yeah.
jump in if that's cool. Were you done? I don't want to
Yes.
cut you off.
Yes.
No.
That was it for me. I think that like we all have physical attributes that we are fond of. I say all the time off mic, but I don't have a problem saying it on mic. I like my women thick, melanated, and educated. That's my line. Thick,
Bars.
melanated, and educated. Thank you, sir. But what you said is absolutely right. I have a tier, right? And so maybe she is a pencil. Maybe she's not thick at all. She's extremely slim. But there are other things that drew me to her, right? Because to me, physical is great, but personality, mental, they trump that, right? So if you got the right sauce, what you look like matters less to me, right? We've all joked in here about how I've dated all types of women, what they look like physically, right? And we've all made different jokes in this group. In my inner circle, there's lots of jokes like, yo, Jay don't discriminate. I don't discriminate because physical looks are not the number one important thing to me. There is a tier, like Nestor said. So if she can stimulate me mentally, yeah, that is shit. That's number one on my type. Like,
Absolutely.
if you could come with some fly shit and now like, whoa, man, you said what? Nah, where was that? That was on page 87 of the 9/11 Commission. Oh shit, I never even knew that. Now you're gonna make me pick up the book again. That right there, now I'm taking your clothes off. It didn't even. I could have had my eyes closed. Now that you putting me on and stimulating me so much mentally, I'm like, damn, you sexy as fuck right now. Like,
Right.
damn, I'm ready to do some wild shit right now because the way you're stimulating me mentally, whoo, that's a big fucking turn on. But maybe she's not thick or melanated. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe at that moment that's not what happened, and so I do have a type, but I'm willing to stray from it because to me the physical type, which is what most people run to when describing types, right? It's like, oh, he got to be 6'5" with a 6-pack, and he got to have a 7 foot dick. It's like, damn, he's 7 feet with a 7-foot dick. That's gangster. That's your type. All right, cool, girl. High five. I hope you find it. But
Jesus Christ.
hey, listen, everybody got their type, right? Physical, but most of the time it's physical when people say that. Like, if he don't look like Idris Elba, I ain't trying to do it. Dudes too. Psh, oh yeah, I'm looking for a shorty with the Kim K booty, and she got to look like that. Shit is physical, and that's cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't have that, but me personally, that's less important. So the way Nestor's saying tears, I totally agree. Like, the tears are cool, but they're not as important to me, because to me, what matters more is your mental and your personality. Like, you got a dope ass personality, man. You sexy as fuck. You could stimulate me mentally. You sexy as fuck. Like, I got a GED, but I could kick it with cats who got masters, bachelors, and doctorates. You know what I'm saying? And I do that. So for me to say, like, somebody who's educated, yeah, not because I'm trying to diss people who got a GED. I got one, but it's not necessarily school or academic when I say educated. Like, I'm talking about somebody who could really go in, like, oh, okay, cool. Let's talk about why police brutality is actually part of the system and the system is not messing up. Oh, we could talk about that for an hour. Man, you real sexy to me right now. You know what I'm saying? So to me, yeah.
Just to interject one thing really quick. With age too, you kind of mature and you. I mean, yeah, you have a type, but I think look, at my age, I see brains. You know what I mean? I see brains. I see somebody like Nesta challenge me, and and like I said earlier, enhance me to a better version of myself by challenging me. Shout out to Nesta's commentary on that. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I dig it.
I think age really makes you kind of go, yeah. I mean, I like some big booty girls, but maybe I may not be with a big booty girl right now. Hypothetically speaking,
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I don't have.
I just want to throw the age part in. That's all. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I don't disagree or agree. This kind of been my thing for a hot minute. But to me, it's less about the physical. Yeah, I like women thick. Throw all the C's on there like Nestor did. You know what I'm saying? But if she's not thick or if she's not melanated, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a tier. So, for me, the highest part of the tier is that mental and that personality. Then comes everything else. Like, we might could let some of that other shit go if you could do those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we really hope? And then, like, this is a side topic. This is an aside. But a lot of people speak about physical attributes, and that's cool. But at some point in between rounds, y'all gonna have a conversation or 5.
Talk about it.
Like,
let's talk.
I mean, it's nice to fuck all night, but even if you fucking all night, at some point we're gonna have a conversation. What's that conversation gonna be like? Keeping up with the Kardashians? Nah, I don't know nothing about that. Like, I don't know who Kim K is dating right now. No, I don't. So we got to be able to talk about some fly shit. And depending on that fly shit, I might be ready for the next round even quicker. Maybe we said, hey, after this second round, we're going to throw a movie on. But that conversation after the second round was so sexy. Shit, you ain't going nowhere. We staying right here. I'll let somebody else go now. I digress.
But I was going to Scorpion my man Dre and hit him with the get over here because because Dex brought up a point, but I was just curious about the brothers that's much more seasoned and much more well marinated, because I had OGs tell me that the more experienced you are, the less you are picky. I think he said the less picky you are. He said the older you get, the less picky you become. I think an OG, he would say that to me quite often. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So okay. I was just curious about that.
Yeah, he's right. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about types, the first thing I think about is, well, my type for what? You know what I'm saying? Are you talking about my type as a partner for life? All those things that y'all saying, word up. Mm-hmm. You talking about my type and I'm going outside and just trying to, find something, my type in the club, like whatever, you know what I mean? These are all different. These are all different. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the woman that, oh man, stimulates me, mentally and all that. might be a whole different person than I'm looking for when I'm out in some club somewhere. I'm like, yo, I want the fun girl that gets white girl wasted and just have a good time. Like, I know I'm not building on that, but I'm trying to have fun right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's my type for that. So my type will always change based on like, what are we talking about? Like, what am I trying to achieve?
Circumstance.
You know, but if we talking just, well, the physical, like if I could build for me the perfect, what I would not consider perfect, but the woman that's like got, you know, my jaws are dropping as soon as I see her. Like, yo, for me, just straight up physical. I mean, I'm into like working out and stuff, so I like a woman that's athletic. You know, that got like an athletic body. You know, tall, and then I'm crazily into like really, really dark skinned women, like just like Africa dark, like that shit. I go gaga over that. It's like, yo, when I see a woman that's like really, really, I'm like, yo, I got all kind of nasty thoughts going through my shit. She cannot say one word to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at her like, wow, you got that height, you got that athletic body.
Situation and circumstance.
You know what I mean? And yeah, and if you Afrocentric in some way, I'm like, yo, you know, so like if I could build it, it's like just like athletic, you know, I'm like, whoa. So that's just like, okay. But as you guys are saying, like, well, I've actually gotten with women like that, you know, seen them, got with them, like, man. And usually because they're so like dope to me, I'm usually like a little bit nervous. I'm like, oh my God, because you know, you sort of get a little, you know, star stunned, if you will, because it's like, man, that's the thing I've been dreaming about, right? And if I've gotten with women who are like that, and it's just like, wow, you know, and I kind of like lose it a little bit because I'm with it right now. I'm doing my thing with it. But a lot of times when I met that person that had that perfect physical thing for me, like the personality, it didn't work out. Just be like, yo, you know, it was a good dream, but you know, that personality stuff, you know, goes far. So yes, I agree. Personality goes a long way. You know what I mean? It really, really does. So I can be somebody that's completely opposite of what I just said. They're short. They don't work out at all. And you know, let's say they even like pale white. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it, but they got that personality that's just like that lights up a room. You know, I've met these people where it's just like, yo, I am not into her, but I'm crazy into her. Like, wow, like her personality is just lighting up the room. She's making everybody feel happy, and she's happy, and she's having a good time, and she's just spreading these like positive vibes all over the place. I'm like, I'm trying to get with her. She is the person I'm trying to get with. I can have a good time with this person right here. She's not the doll that I created in my head, but yo, her personality goes a long, long way. So yeah, personality starts to matter. And yeah, so and then the other thing is like I need somebody that is, and I've said this on this pod before, that's like excited to be around me. You know what I mean? Like if you part of that personality is like, yo, I'm one of these people that make you feel super excited. Like you just like, you know, this is why they say a dog is a man's best friend, because, you know, you walk in the door and the dog just loses his mind. You could have just left the dog 5 minutes ago. It's like, oh, you my dude. Oh my God. Right. I that's part of a personality that I also look for, that you're excited to also be around me. You know what I mean? Like I look for that. I can't have nobody that's just like, hi. I'm just like, yo, that's it. Like there's no excitement. You know what I'm saying? There's no electricity. Just, oh, okay. I said hi. That's whack. So I'm not into that. And then I would say the last thing is that a person that wants to gratify me as much as I want to gratify them. You know, and somebody that's just like, you know, I like the people who are just like, oh, I passed by this thing and it made me think of you, and I got you this shirt, or, you know, whatever random thing, you know what I mean? Oh, I saw this Funko Pop Batman and you always talking about it, so I got you one, you know what I mean? So it's also kind of like the inner circle, because I'm with that, like my inner circle cats are the same way. It's just like, yo, It ain't got to be a reason. Like, you my dude, I saw this thing and I think you can have it. So yeah, so when you talk about for me, that type is that type, that person that likes to gratify and be gratified. Like, you know what I'm saying? We enjoy doing that for each other. And yeah, and that just adds on to absolutely, yeah, I need to be intellectually stimulated. So I feel you with that, Jay. It's like, if we are talking and 3 hours just go by and we didn't realize it because we were just enlightening each other. That's the word I like to use. Like, you're enlightening me, I'm enlightening you, you putting me on to stuff. You know, I'm telling you about something and you tell me about the exact same thing, but in France. I'm like, what? I didn't realize. That's crazy. You know what I mean? You have that kind of experience, you know? So yeah, and they don't necessarily, you know, and I love women who are educated, you know, who have degrees and stuff, but being educated doesn't necessarily mean you're smart, you know, because I've met plenty of people who may not have degrees, but they're very smart. They just know a lot of good stuff. And so I look for that.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like,
intellectual.
we're going to enhance each other. We're going to enlighten one another. That is very stimulating for me. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much my type. And you're right. The older you get, the more you start saying to yourself, all right, I'm not going to get the tall, dark, Amazon athletic chick that I was really, you know, the chick from Wakanda that I really just was going ape for. All right. But even though she don't have all that, her personality lights up the room. She makes me laugh. You know, that's another thing for me. Like, I like comedy. I like women who are funny. And if you're funny, like, that kind of melts my heart a little bit. Like, man, that was ingenious the way you put that joke together. That was crazy. You know, so things like that, or just being silly. Just, you know, they can look fine or whatever, but they don't mind being silly at the same time. They don't mind, you know, yeah,
Being
yeah,
comedic,
yeah, and being self-deprecating, and you know, I like stuff like that. So, because I'm the same way, I try to make people laugh, and I love when someone's also trying to make me laugh. It's like, man, this is crazy. So, that's pretty much the personality type that I look for. And as you can see, the personality type was way longer than, you know, the physical. The physical was just like quick 1, 2, 3, whatever. You know, yeah.
So to say what you guys are saying, as far as like as you get older, you don't. I mean, you're accepting more different. It to me, it's a bit of a change. As I'm younger, you look more to I look more towards the physical, and less towards the intellectual. And now it's the complete opposite. Yes, don't get me wrong. I do like my women thick, um, but it's not even about that. Oh,
She's still recording.
It's not even about that. It's not even about that.
it's not even about that.
Still good.
Continue.
Yeah.
You want
We
me
still
to-
recording.
Keep going,
All
keep going,
right.
keep going.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
So
keep talking.
it's I look more for, like, you know, the personality nowadays, and I look more for um what they have intellectually in regards to, does it stimulate me there. um it had a friend of mine from my old job made a very good a statement about it. He's also like a guru who like helps people hook up and make, not like he's not like he's a love doctor basically. But
Hitch.
he's basically like that. He's gotten, I think, like 15 couples married nowadays. He's right when he says this. When you're entering a relationship, it's like entering a business, right? Like if you guys are merging your companies, you can't just merge just because, you know, X and Y match. It has to be, what can your company offer my company, and what can my company offer your company to make this a big company. You know,
Yes.
there's bad unifications like the AOL Time Warner, which was a mess, right? Catastrophically lost. But then there's other ones out there that make sense, and that makes it has to make business sense. And so it always resonates with me. My boy Chad Scott, I'll give him a little shout out. He It always has to make business sense. It has to be that if you're lacking in a certain department, that person can help fix that. You know, like I said, that'll encouragement to help you boost. But sometimes you need, you know, that person may be a little tempered, and you're the voice of reason to help bring them down. You know, and it makes you guys better. It doesn't have to be a codependency because that doesn't really always help, but it has to be in that sense where you guys bring the best out of each other and you guys have a unified vision together as to what you guys not only want as a couple, but want for the future. You know, there's a lot of things that we're not taught when we're falling in love with someone, because you know, when you're falling, well, not falling in love in general, but when you're feeling someone, you're putting away a lot of things because your emotions are at a fever pitch, and you're looking at like, damn, this person likes me, I'm feeling it, da da da. But you're not really looking at the flaws. You're looking at the good parts because you're feeling that. You're getting that attention. You're getting all of that. But when it comes to like, yo, this is serious. I like her, but that. Now you got to make sure that those that's are things that can be handled. Right. That can be, hey, and also addressed in a comfortable space. If we're gonna make this commitment work, we have to let the you know, each other's laundry out. Like, listen, I do this, I do that, and I do this. Do you have a problem with that, or can we work with that? And you know, that's how it is. As far as physical type, I do have a type. Well, I have many types, I would say, but I do have like certain criteria which I will not disclose to sound, you know, for the sake of sounding shallow. It's nothing crazy. It's not like she fucking, you know, needs like, you know, Superman straight type shit. But you know, I do have a type, and at the end of the day, it has to be someone who's. I mean, I'm okay with the physical appealing, but again, it has to be more of the intellectual beauty that's there, and I want to make them a better person with the things that I can offer, and in return, that's what I look for in a type.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So your hard
gentlemen.
stop is the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say goodbye to Tez, because he's gonna leave in 2 minutes. And Tez,
brother.
thank you for joining us. As always,
press
it's
leave, right?
appreciated.
I just press leave.
You just press leave. It should
All
say
right.
leave
See you guys.
studio.
Later.
Laters.
All right, brother.
All right.
So,
Days, I know we were waiting for you. It's all yours, brother.
I wanted to say I like to think I don't have a type until I end up in some type of shit. Some type of shit I don't like.
Okay.
Yeah, bars. Because it's like I'm not. I try not to be as judgmental. I try to be as open as possible because of all of them things that you guys have spoken upon. You know, with the personality, and I'm sapio, so you know, sapio is I love intellect. You get what I'm saying? I'm definitely into that. A stimulating conversation based off of intellect. You got my attention. Absolutely. You know, mental stimulation is definitely key, but I can't really say I got a type because, you know, I think we all could attest to this. Like, you know, people think that, you know, every time a man talks to a beautiful woman that he trying to get with her.
Yeah.
Is that not like that's
Yeah.
always the stigma? It's like, oh, you talking to a beautiful woman. I even deal with it when I'm out in traffic. You know, I speak to women. It might be just a casual conversation. You know, you might compliment her on something she wearing, and then it might spark a conversation. And not all of them, you know, but there's been some times where, you know, I might tell by the way she's responding that she's under the impression that I'm trying to get with her, or that's the goal in this conversation, you know. And then it may be a particular time where the conversation may just flow, but there's always that stigma. You get what I'm saying? And I'm bringing that up to say, like, there's times where, you know, we may mess with a woman, but everybody know when you run into those women you like. You understand what I'm saying? Can y'all agree with that? You know, Jay.
Sure,
you
but that's what we're
we're
trying to ask. What are the women you like?
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's not like you could you could deal with a woman and not like them based on what your type is. You know what I mean? You may
Right,
find a
but that's what we're trying to
particular
define. What is your type, and how far
I
are
don't
you from?
I don't that's what I'm saying. I don't think I have a type. I don't like you know what I mean? I love amazing people.
No
You feel
doubt.
what I'm saying? I may interact with Shorty and personality, uh, um, brilliance, intellect. Um, it might be so many. I can't really say I got a type. It's kind of just like a book. I may see the cover, of course beautiful, but that's subjective because there's women that you may think is beautiful that I may not think is beautiful, and that I may think is beautiful that you may not think is beautiful. But then there are those women that everybody think is beautiful. So that's when you go into the tier situation that you guys were talking about. But back to what you were saying, I don't think I really have a type, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like I love beautiful women. And I feel like that statement alone is
Of course it
subjective
is.
because
Yeah, but what does beautiful mean to you?
you feel
Like,
what I'm
what is
saying?
it? So if you had to build one, if it was beautiful, like what does that mean to you? Like, how does she look?
Um, Damn, this is a good motherfucking question. Cause you- I said it, Jay. I'm sorry. Don't make me quote the song. I love all types of women. They could be thick, short, or small, slim, petite, or tall. Like I love all
Right.
types of women. You understand what I'm saying? And then once you start tapping into personality, you're like, oh, okay. Because for me, personality lasts longer. You get what I'm
I
saying?
agree with him. I mean, I could see loving all types of women. I really could see that.
Yeah.
Like I'm into all types of women. Like I don't. It's not like you know Like I love my queens. You feel what I'm saying? I
Anything
love
in
my queen.
particular about anything in particular about their
No, hold on.
personality
Before
that
you even get to their
would
personality,
attract you?
you at his show, and you got mad fans. No, because no, we're not gonna get. We know
It's the
about,
way
but
he sat up for
I'm
me.
gonna
He
I'm
sat
gonna
up.
pin you down to physical, right? So it's
Thank
like
you.
you at his show, you just rock the show. Everybody feeling you, and I'm saying this because I know this has happened. You know what I mean? You're a performer. Everybody feeling you, right? And you got like this really
The
this
pick
right.
of the
You got
litter.
this really tall chick. You got this amazing midget type chick, and you got this like I don't know Beyonce type chick. They all want to talk to you at the same time. They're like, listen, I want to go, but I want to talk to you real fast. Who you go over to talk to first? You don't know nothing about their personality. All you know is that they like Days the Empress. See.
That's it.
And I'm going
Thank
based
you,
off of
Dre.
face value, right? I'm going
Yeah,
off of
you
face
just
value.
rock the show.
Just
You
face
just
value,
rock the
right?
show.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
want to talk to you. Somebody want
Yep.
to talk to you.
Right.
Who you gonna go over there and have a little conversation first? They're gonna buy you a drink. They just want to be in your ear for a minute. Who you gonna talk to? They all want to talk to you, but who are you gonna talk to? Tell me how she looks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, I love my women
Okay,
thick.
now we get to it. Now we
With
get
all
Okay,
the
to
now
it.
we're getting
C's.
somewhere.
With
Right.
all the C's, like my guy Ness. I need all the C's. You feel what
Okay.
I'm saying? Um, Damn. Beyonce, I would say it would be the
Okay.
Beyonce joint.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Or if you feel it's
Yeah,
somebody else that
yeah.
I didn't mention, you ain't. I only said that just because I wanted to do extremes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I sort of exaggerate.
Right.
I try to prove a point by making
But
extremes.
remember, in the beginning, I did admit that I said I like to think I don't
But
have a type,
But you
but
do.
yeah, I would say it's interesting because I feel like in some ways, I've been
we all
conditioned,
have.
based on the
Yeah, we all
environment that
have.
I've been in, seeing certain types of women,
Yeah.
certain levels and calibers of women. So you see that consistently.
That contributes to
Yeah, and
building
it
your type.
Right.
contributes to it. But what I'm saying, when I'm out and about, I'm not looking, and I like what Dre said, because what you said was important too. You said what type for that particular situation. It's like, all right, wifey, boom, this. You feel what I'm saying? It might be sectioned out like that. You know what I mean? I'm out, I'm having a good time, I'm hanging out in the spot. I don't think I'm looking for a wifey type. I might be looking to
Okay.
have a good time for that night. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so the girl you looking for that's having a good time that night, what does she look like? Because you're
I
trying
see
to
that.
not
Like,
answer, son.
You only gonna make Cap
I don't because I
Put you in
don't
the corner
have
with
one. No, I'm serious. I don't
right.
have
He
one.
playing. You know what I'm saying? He up here
No,
playing.
I'm not, bro. I'm sitting here picturing it in my head, like, bro. She just got to be beautiful. You like what beautiful? They can have short hair, long hair, curly hair. Shirley Temple,
I can't. You know
fucking
what?
a Brazilian. You feel what I'm saying?
Dave,
Like,
don't ever blow up and do a show, and don't invite me to that show if you do blow up, because I'ma make sure.
Because it's over.
If you be like, yo, Dre, I blowed up. I got this big show that I'm doing in New Orleans. Yo, you got backstage passes. You think I'm gonna forget this? I'm not. And I'm be like, all right. And I'm gonna make sure it's like 25 chicks back there. And it's like, yo, son, who you trying to hang out with? And I'm like, oh,
Right.
that's so that's what he like.
Dre,
Okay.
yo. Dre's like, yo, we putting baby in the
what I
corner,
mean?
son. We putting baby in the corner.
Because you know, everybody gave
I'm-
their answer, and you like,
Nah,
I like everybody, son. Everybody. No,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
only
like
gonna have to
everybody.
take one.
You
so
think I'm a
shit.
lie on the record? I love all types of women.
Son,
They
son-
could be
We
Bruh.
And that's great, but you have a preference. We all love all types of women, but what's your preference?
pretty. Like she could be brown skin, caramel,
All right,
light
okay.
skin, red bone.
All right,
Pretty.
All right. So you
Like,
so you
She can have slanted eyes, looking Asian.
Yeah, so you're just
pretty.
talking about this.
Pretty.
We used to call it. We used to call
Pretty.
it back in the days, dime bitches, right? So you just a dime bitch.
Face is a
Yeah.
10, body is a
Right,
90.
Right. So, okay, I did because I used to be into that. I used to be like, yo, I only mess with dimes. When I was in my 20s, it was only dimes for me.
No, but that's subjective.
but it was for
could
me,
be
right? It was
subjective.
like-
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, it's like
It is subjective.
model
Yeah.
type
It's subjective.
bitches. That's all I
True.
wanted. Model type bitches. When I was 23, model bitches.
I don't even mean that. I just mean beautiful inside out. Like you could be
Yeah, but
out
I
and
don't know.
about.
I don't know
when
if you're
see me.
beautiful on
Shorty
the
could be getting
inside
off of
before I
work.
step to you. I don't know if you're beautiful on the inside before I step to you.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna see the outside. She can have on work clothes with slacks and flats because her heels been hurting her feet all day. She don't even gotta be looking like an Instagram John. Like that's what I'm saying. But I also might be in an environment where I might run into the Instagram John. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like whoever tickles my
I
fancy
dig
at
that.
that
I
moment.
dig that. I dig
In
that.
time.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
All right.
I dig
saying?
that.
Like,
I dig that.
especially once we
Right.
cross paths, is the conversation complimentary?
I dig that. Yeah, that's more on the
You feel what I'm
personality
saying?
end, But I dig that. It's like I figure. I mean, I'm like that, but I could be like that with looks too. Like I could go out and be like, yo, the weird chick that everyone is like, she's mad weird. She's so weird that there's an attraction to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like the one that's
absolutely.
just like, yo, this chick got like
Absolutely.
purple hair and lights in her stuff, and it's like, yo, she's so weird, but it's a aura about it that I'm like, yo, I'm trying to mess with that weird one right now. I don't care. I don't know nothing else about her, but she's the weirdest looking person in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
because I'm in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely know. No, but I definitely know
Yeah.
conversation could definitely, because a person could look a certain way, but then once you start talking to
Oh,
them,
yeah,
and then
turn
certain
you
levels
off.
of vulnerability come out. I like innocence. Another thing, I love to see a person's innocence. You feel what I'm
Okay,
saying?
see, now we're getting somewhere.
This
Now
guy-
we talking. Not everybody.
Right.
he said not everybody. I'm saying whoever shows it. You get what I'm saying? Innocence, vulnerability.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Comfortability, things like that. And all that
Got it.
comes from that conversation. A person might say something where it might. I'm an empath, so it may affect me in a certain way where it might draw me
Right.
closer to them. You know what I mean? And I may look past the physical at that moment. You feel
There
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
That's what's up.
I don't know, Jonathan. You got me. You got me. I don't know.
We,
about
yeah,
that.
we had to get you because
Mhm.
you was out here playing. You know what I'm saying? I tried to stop at first. I was like, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be nice. But then Dre was like, no,
man.
fuck
'Cause
that.
everybody likes somebody, and that's the thing. Like Dex
Because
was like,
I
yo,
really don't.
I had a
want
person, I
intimate.
had a certain type, but that's now gone. I don't even go by that no more. Like there was a mold, and then I matured,
Obliterated.
Yeah, I got matured, and it's like that's done. And I understand. I pretty much related to that because I was the same way. My 20s, like I had this mold, and if you didn't fit that mold, it's not. I don't even care to know your personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then
All right,
I
well, let me
quickly
get on my-
got out of that because I would meet these type chicks, and they were like zero inside, You know what I mean? I just couldn't relate to them. Like they didn't knew nothing about nothing. Like they know no intellectual. I was like, all right, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? And so as you get older, yeah, you start saying, okay, no. If I'm gonna spend time with you and we're gonna go out, we hitting the movies, we're gonna like I need to this needs to be fun for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be looking at you like, wow, she looks good. Don't say shit though. Because when you talk, you fuck it up.
Don't say shit. Right.
No, let me get on my ish. You know, Jay, remember I used to say I like who like me.
Yeah.
I remember I said that to one of my teachers. I like who like me.
But we're asking about specificity, and you like, yeah, son, I don't have a type. Let me tell you my
No,
rhyme.
I can't specify.
I don't have a type.
I
Son,
can't specify.
but you
You're
did
asking for specificity, and I can't specify.
But you did. You just had to be interrogated first. Because he was playing.
I still feel like some stuff probably was left out because I'm so open.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I dig
Like,
it. I dig
for
it.
real.
You know, and I feel the same way. That's what I say. I need
But I
electricity.
will
need
say,
chicks
I
to
will
dig in me
say,
too.
I will say though, in my experience of dealing with women, all the women I bring around, everybody like. So obviously I pick them well. I can say that.
I hear
I
that.
mean, that's cool.
I hear that.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I can't answer. Dre backed me down
did.
in the corner.
I
I
did.
still.
and you did answer. We got it. We got answers.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I did. All right. I
You
did.
got answers. You just
I
ain't give them willingly. You just ain't give them willingly. You was trying to be a presidential
Right,
candidate
I'm
out
like,
here.
see,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I was Mayweather. I was Mayweather
I dig
out
it.
here. I was,
Yeah, but
Right.
we got
Sliding
him.
punches. He's
Right,
sliding
right.
punches.
Like,
Nah, we hitting you.
right.
You gotta get hit
You
too.
know, because as soon as the type he
I
say
love it.
hear it, that's
I
not
love
that type is gonna be like, excuse me, can I talk to you
Right.
for a second? You're gonna be like, Dre made me say that. You can blame me. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll be the villain.
Yo, yeah.
Trying to
I
be
love
I'll
it.
be the
presidential
villain.
out here. You know what I'm saying?
I love it,
The Dark
son.
Knight. You can
Y'all
Dark Knight
funny,
me. It's
man.
cool.
I love it. I love it.
Right. Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we needed.
You put it on. Yeah, you say to say I did it. You know. Yeah. Chase after me. It's cool.
Yo, I can't, bro. Yeah, I got me,
Word,
bro.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
got me. Yeah, got me, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. All right.